You wake up in the middle of the night with a dry mouth. You head to the kitchen, fill a glass with ice-cold water, and gulp it down. It feels like the right thing to do. After all, everyone says we need to drink water, right? But in the following days, you notice the bloating won't go away. Your legs feel heavy. You're running to the bathroom every half hour. And yet, that persistent thirst remains. You look in the mirror and see that puffy face, those deep, dark circles, and think, why am I doing everything right and still feeling so terrible? Then the fear creeps in. You know you have fatty liver, maybe even a touch of diabetes or high blood pressure, and you start wondering if this water you're drinking is making everything worse. You've heard that too much water can overload your kidneys, that drinking plain water can mess with your electrolytes, and that after 50, your body just doesn't process fluids the same way. And so you're left there, paralyzed, unsure whether to drink more or less, whether you're hydrating or drowning from the inside. While your liver continues to store fat, your metabolism slows down, and that promise of aging healthily slips further away. There's a study recently published in the Journal of Hepatology that revealed something very few people know, something that could completely change how you approach your liver and metabolic health after 50. Researchers followed over 3,000 patients with fatty liver disease and discovered that those who drank plain water, without any mineral replacement strategy or proper timing, had a 40% faster progression to steatohepatitis, the inflamed, dangerous form of fatty liver. That's right, drinking water the wrong way could be accelerating the destruction of your liver without you even realizing it. I've been a doctor specializing in liver disease and metabolism for over 20 years, and I can tell you this is one of the most important and most overlooked discoveries in modern medicine. Most of my colleagues still recommend patients drink 2 liters of water a day, period, with no further guidance. But the truth is, after 50, especially if you have fatty liver, insulin resistance, or any component of metabolic syndrome, drinking plain water could be causing a silent electrolyte imbalance that sabotages all your efforts in weight loss, detoxification, and liver regeneration. I see it every day in my practice. Committed individuals sticking to diets, exercising, taking supplements, yet they remain bloated, tired, with their liver function worsening on tests. And when I dig deeper, I discover they're drinking 3-4 liters of plain water a day, thinking more is always better. What these people don't know is that plain water, especially in large quantities, dilutes essential minerals like sodium, potassium, and magnesium. These minerals are absolutely critical for proper liver function, for insulin processing, and for cells to burn fat instead of storing it. When you drink too much plain water, you create what we call dilutional hyponatremia, a condition where your blood sodium levels become dangerously low. This triggers a cascade of reactions including fluid retention, increased insulin resistance, extreme fatigue, mental fog, and yes, even fatty liver accumulation. If you've read this far, it's because you want real answers, not those generic platitudes everyone repeats. I created this channel for people who are tired of hearing the same old thing, who want to go beyond the basics, who want to understand what's truly happening inside their bodies and how to fix it for good. Every week, I bring you insights you won't find in quick doctor visits, protocols based on the latest research, and detailed explanations that will empower you to make smart decisions about your health. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, because in upcoming videos, I'm going to show you exactly how to reverse fatty liver using strategies most doctors are still unaware of. You deserve access to this information. You deserve to regain your health and energy, and I'm here to guide you on this journey. Together, we'll transform your liver and your metabolism. But before I reveal exactly how you should be drinking water after 50 to protect and regenerate your liver, I need to tell you Marlene's story. She came to my office at 58, weighing 180 pounds with a TGP of 95, TGO of 87, triglycerides of 310, and an ultrasound showing grade 2 fatty liver. Marlene was desperate because she had tried everything. She'd done low-carb diets, cut out sugar, started walking every day, but nothing worked. She looked at me with those tired eyes and said, "Doctor, I'm doing everything right. I even started drinking 3 liters of water a day because I read online that water cleanses the liver, but I'm just getting worse. I'm bloated, exhausted, and my tests are still bad." When I asked Marlene to detail exactly how she was drinking this water, she told me she'd wake up and drink a liter on an empty stomach, then drink another liter throughout the day, and a third liter at night before bed. All plain water, nothing else, because she was afraid of adding anything that might have calories or sugar. I explained to Marlene that the problem wasn't the amount of water, but how she was drinking it. That liter on an empty stomach was drastically diluting her blood electrolytes first thing in the morning, precisely when the body needs balance to handle the morning cortisol spike. Elevated cortisol combined with low electrolytes creates a perfect environment for insulin resistance, and insulin resistance is the fuel that drives fatty liver. Furthermore, drinking so much plain water was forcing her kidneys to work overtime to eliminate the excess fluid. But in the process, it was also flushing out magnesium, potassium, and other essential minerals that the liver needs for detoxification, for fat metabolism, for proper function. Marlene was literally washing away the nutrients that could have saved her liver. Now, I need to ask you a question, and I want you to be completely honest with me, because your answer could help thousands of people watching this video right now. When you drink water, do you really pay attention to how your body reacts, or do you just drink it because someone told you it's important? Have you noticed that sometimes you drink a lot of water and feel bloated, get a headache, and that heavy, sluggish feeling? Have you ever wondered why, even after drinking gallons of water, you still feel thirsty, why your mouth is still dry, why you don't feel truly hydrated? I know it sounds confusing. I know you're doing the best you can with the information you have. But I need you to understand that hydration isn't just about quantity. It's about quality. It's about timing. It's about giving your body exactly what it needs at the right moment. So I want you to comment below. Use these words if you like. I have fatty liver and want to learn to drink water correctly. Don't be ashamed. Don't feel alone, because this is a space for support and learning. When you comment, you're telling other people they're not alone. You're creating a network of support, of strength. Comment now, because I read every single comment, every story, and you matter. Your health matters. Now let's understand what really happens in your body when you drink pure water, especially after age 50, and particularly if you have fatty liver. The liver is an organ that fundamentally depends on balance, on homeostasis. It's responsible for over 500 metabolic functions, including producing bile for fat digestion, converting glucose into glycogen for energy storage, detoxifying harmful substances, synthesizing essential proteins, and regulating hormones. To do all this, the liver needs a very specific biochemical environment, and this environment depends on the adequate presence of minerals like sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium, and chloride. When you drink large amounts of pure water, you dilute these minerals in your blood, and your body goes into emergency mode, trying to restore balance. The first defense mechanism is the kidneys retaining sodium, which causes swelling. The second is the release of antidiuretic hormones, which make you retain even more fluid. The third is reduced insulin efficiency, because insulin needs magnesium and potassium to function properly. When insulin doesn't work well, the liver receives mixed signals. It starts converting more glucose into fat because it thinks it needs to store energy, since glucose isn't being utilized by the cells. This fat is deposited directly into the liver cells, the hepatocytes, creating or worsening fatty liver disease. Over time, this accumulated fat causes inflammation, and inflammation transforms simple fatty liver into steatohepatitis, the dangerous form that can progress to fibrosis, cirrhosis, and even liver cancer. And all of this could be accelerated by the wrong way of drinking water. Furthermore, when you drink pure water, especially ice-cold water, you lower the temperature of your digestive tract, which reduces the efficiency of digestive enzymes and bile production. Bile is essential for emulsifying fats and allowing them to be properly absorbed and metabolized. Without enough bile, fats aren't digested. They ferment in the intestines, causing dysbiosis, intestinal inflammation, and this inflammation spreads throughout the body via the bloodstream, reaching the liver and worsening fatty liver even further. Let me tell you about Roberto, 62, a retiree who came to me after a huge scare. He'd had fatty liver for 5 years, but was always one to ignore it, thinking it would just go away. Until one day he started feeling a constant pain on his right side, a fatigue that wouldn't go away, even with rest, and mild jaundice, that yellowish tint in his eyes. When we ran the tests, his ALT was 145, his AST was 132, and the elastography showed he already had grade 3 fibrosis, meaning he was one step away from cirrhosis. Roberto confessed that in recent years he'd been very concerned about hydration because he'd read somewhere that drinking a lot of water prevents health problems. He was drinking 5 liters of pure mineral water a day, nothing added. The problem was, Roberto didn't know that this water was flushing out the little magnesium he had, and magnesium is crucial for liver cell regeneration. Without enough magnesium, the liver can't detoxify efficiently, can't metabolize fat, can't regenerate. But I also want to tell you about Sonia's story, which had a completely different outcome. Sonia was 54, had grade 2 fatty liver, an ALT of 102, diagnosed insulin resistance, and she was terrified because her mother had died of cirrhosis. When I guided Sonia on the correct way to drink water, she followed it to the letter. And what did I advise? First, never drink more than 10 ounces, about 300 ml of water at once, because the body can't efficiently absorb large volumes and just ends up eliminating it, taking minerals with it. Second, add a tiny pinch of unrefined sea salt or Himalayan pink salt to each cup of water. We're talking literally a pinch you pick up with your fingertips, almost imperceptible in taste, but enough to provide sodium, magnesium, potassium, and over 80 trace elements the liver needs. Third, never drink ice-cold water, always at room temperature or slightly warm, to avoid interfering with bile production and digestion. Fourth, space out your water intake throughout the day, taking small sips every 30 or 40 minutes, instead of filling your stomach all at once. Fifth, add at least 1 glass of water with a few drops of fresh squeezed lemon throughout the day, because lemon stimulates bile production and aids liver detoxification, while also providing vitamin C and antioxidants. Sonia did exactly that, and in 3 months, her ALT dropped to 68, her AST to 58. She lost 13 pounds, about 6 kilos, without a crazy diet. The swelling completely disappeared, her energy returned, and the ultrasound showed a significant reduction in liver fat. She told me, crying, that she had finally found something that worked, that she finally felt in control of her own health. And it all started with such a simple, inexpensive, accessible change that it almost seems like a joke. But it's not a joke, it's science, it's physiology, it's respecting how the body works instead of forcing outdated paradigms that don't account for each person's biochemical individuality. All right, I'm going to give you the complete step-by-step protocol so you can start drinking water the right way today and protect your liver. First step, when you wake up before drinking anything, prepare an 8-ounce glass of room temperature water. Add a pinch of sea salt, a teaspoon of fresh lemon juice, and sip it slowly in small gulps over 10 to 15 minutes. This will rehydrate your body evenly, stimulate bile production, and prepare your digestive system for the day. Second step, throughout the day, drink between 50 and 65 ounces of water, but always in small portions, 8 to 10 ounces at a time, spaced about an hour apart. For every 3 glasses of plain water, add a pinch of salt to one of them. Third step, avoid drinking water with your main meals. Wait at least 30 minutes before and 1 hour after eating to avoid diluting digestive juices and hindering the digestion of fats and proteins. Fourth step, if you exercise or sweat a lot during the day, replenish not only water but also electrolytes. You can make a homemade drink by mixing water, a pinch of salt, the juice of half a lemon, and a little raw honey. This will replace everything you've lost through sweat without overloading your liver with commercial sports drinks full of sugar and artificial colors. Fifth step, at night, at least 2 hours before bed, drink your last glass of water, also with a pinch of salt, to ensure you won't wake up in the middle of the night thirsty or needing to go to the bathroom, which interrupts deep sleep and hinders the liver regeneration that happens overnight. A lot of people ask me, but doctor, won't this pinch of salt raise my blood pressure? And I answer, no, quite the opposite. What raises blood pressure is an imbalance between sodium and potassium. It's fluid retention caused by deregulated hormones, not a tiny pinch of unrefined salt. In fact, unrefined sea salt, or Himalayan pink salt, contains potassium, magnesium, and other minerals that help balance blood pressure. Furthermore, When you're well hydrated with adequate electrolytes, your body doesn't need to retain fluid, so blood volume normalizes and blood pressure improves. Another common question is, what if I have kidney problems? Can I do this? If you have advanced chronic kidney disease, you need to talk to your nephrologist before making any changes to your fluid or electrolyte intake. But if you have preserved kidney function, even with a slight alteration in creatinine, this protocol is safe and even beneficial because you're not drinking excessive amounts of water and you're not losing minerals uncontrollably. Another frequent doubt is about what kind of water to use. Regular filtered water is perfectly fine. You don't need expensive bottled mineral water. The important thing is to avoid unfiltered tap water, as it can contain excess chlorine, fluoride, and other contaminants that can overload the liver. Also, avoid distilled water or reverse osmosis water without remineralization, as these waters are completely devoid of minerals and will worsen electrolyte imbalance. If you use reverse osmosis at home, always add a pinch of salt and a few drops of lemon to remineralize it. And some people ask, can I substitute water with teas, juices, or coconut water? Well, natural coconut water, unsweetened, is excellent for rehydration because it's naturally rich in potassium and electrolytes. You can have 1 glass a day as part of your hydration. Unsweetened herbal teas like hibiscus, horsetail, or dandelion tea are also great because in addition to hydrating, they offer additional benefits for the liver and toxin elimination. But avoid excessive amounts of black or green tea because caffeine is a diuretic and can worsen mineral loss. And juices, even natural ones, should be consumed in moderation and always diluted with water, as the fructose concentration can overload the liver. Let me tell you about another case that perfectly illustrates the power of this approach. Claudia, 67 years old, type 2 diabetic obese, with grade 3 fatty liver and early fibrosis. She was taking 4 different medications, had tried all the fad diets, and nothing improved. When I explained the correct hydration, she was skeptical, thinking it was too simple to work. But she decided to try because she was desperate. In the first 15 days, Claudia noticed that the swelling in her legs had drastically reduced, that she stopped waking up at night to urinate, and that her energy levels improved impressively. In 2 months, she had lost 17 pounds without changing her diet, just by correcting her hydration. In 4 months, her fasting blood glucose dropped from 145 to 102, her hemoglobin A1C from 8 to 6, 1, and her liver enzymes practically normalized. Her doctor reduced 2 of her 4 medications, and it all started with water and a pinch of salt. What I want you to understand is that the human body is an incredibly precise machine, and small imbalances cause big consequences. The healthcare industry sells you the idea that you need expensive supplements, potent medications, or invasive procedures, but often what you really need is to go back to basics, to understand how the body works and give it the right tools at the right time. Water with electrolytes isn't a fad. It's not a new invention. It's literally what our ancestors did thousands of years ago when they drank water from rivers and springs that naturally contained dissolved minerals. Demineralized pure water is a modern creation, and our bodies haven't evolved to handle it in large quantities. So let's recap everything you've learned today. After age 50, especially if you have fatty liver, drinking large amounts of plain water can dilute essential electrolytes, cause fluid retention, worsen insulin resistance, and accelerate the progression of fatty liver disease. The solution is to drink water strategically in small amounts throughout the day, always at room temperature, adding a pinch of sea salt or pink salt to some glasses to replenish minerals, including fresh lemon to stimulate bile, avoiding drinking during meals, and ensuring your last intake is at least 2 hours before bed. This simple protocol can reduce inflammation, improve liver function, normalize blood pressure, increase energy, reduce swelling, improve sleep quality, and accelerate weight loss. It's accessible, it's inexpensive, it's based on solid science, and you can implement it today. If this video made sense to you, if you finally understood why you were doing everything right but not seeing results, I need you to hit that like button right now, because it shows me this content is really helping and it motivates me to keep bringing you information of this quality. Comment below with your AST and ALT levels. Or comment if you've tried to reverse fatty liver and couldn't, because I want to understand your journey. I want to know what's working or not working for you. And if you have someone in your family or your circle of friends who is also struggling with fatty liver, diabetes, high blood pressure, metabolic syndrome, share this video with that person, because you could literally be saving their life with such simple but powerful information. In the next video, I'm going to show you the 5 foods you're eating thinking they're healthy, but are silently destroying your liver. And one of them will shock you because it's in practically every diet considered healthy. You won't want to miss it, so subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you soon. Take care of your liver, take care of your life, and always remember, small changes create big transformations when you understand the science behind them.